How's it going, everybody? It's time for another great Mr. Poestyle video. And I hope I didn't scare you away with that intro. I know it's not even Halloween yet, but this does have a little to do with Christmas, and that's a Christmas ornament from Hallmark. I totally forgot about ordering this. I kind of did. Oh, I lost track of it, but Christmas Keepsake 2023. And if you remember, I did the console ornaments before, so this year Hallmark has the Dreamcast ornament. So let's not waste any time, let's get to it. I already popped in the batteries. It does come with the 3 little tiny batteries that you need. You do need a screwdriver, a little Phillips head to put them in. And this is Jake Angel's first drawing earned him a spot on parade float back in grade school. Jake's blue ribbon, a worthy doodle about the importance of recycling, scored the budding artist free tickets to a rodeo and a position of honor in the parade. He's still wowing the crowd with his artistic talents, but now Jake's creations earn him a special spot on the tree in countless homes around the world. Jake Angel, A-N-G-E-L-L. Press the power button to see the ornament illuminate and hear sounds from the game Sonic Adventure. Battery operated, batteries included. So there you go. Take a look. And when you open this up, now I pre-ordered this months ago and totally forgot about it. All my other ones that I ordered came directly from Hallmark Crown stores, from what I remember. This one came from Amazon. Maybe the Crown stores themselves were out at the time and they sent it from Amazon or whatever. It's just a tissue paper, that's all. And like I said, it had the 3-pack of batteries, the little batteries that you put right inside, and there's your little speaker in the bottom. There's your box, nothing else inside. That's all that came with it, the batteries. Close that up. There's your box, like I said. And we'll just set that aside here. Taking a look at the console itself, if you can see that. I'm sorry, the wife came in here and cleaned out the whole studio. I call it studio, she calls it, why don't you move some stuff out so we can actually park a car in that garage? We've got 3 cars sitting out here in the driveways. Why don't you make some room, winter is coming. It's my studio, man! And she's moved a lot of stuff around, so... But yeah, there we have it. There's your Dreamcast. There is your Dreamcast controller with VMU. The cord. And then on the back you have your ports, so they got the detail like they did with the old ones, right? Controller ports on the front. Your speaker. Your battery. There's where you hang the ornament from your tree, or in my case from the game room ceiling or wherever I end up putting it. So yeah, they got the detail. And what, that was for your Ethernet or whatever. I didn't have a Dreamcast as a kid, so, and actually what, it came out in '99, so I was 26. I was in the Air Force at the time, so I don't have the nostalgic feels. I didn't get a Dreamcast until I started collecting everything like 6 or 7 years ago. So I didn't have a Dreamcast until I was really building out my collection for everything, and I was really stacking up my Sega collection, you know, and I was grabbing the Sega 32X and the Sega CD and the Master System to go with my Genesis, and wanted to put a Dreamcast in there, and I got a Saturn and stuff, so don't have the feels for it as much as I did. But you know what, I liked the other ones so much, the other Hallmark game systems. Myself, I was hoping that they would come out with a PlayStation original, or even a Nintendo 64 next, but this is what we got. So you push the power button. That is where you're going to hear what you're going to hear. So let's do it. Let's do it right now. And I'm going to show it to the camera first, and then I'll put it up next to the microphone. And Let's get up here to the camera. Now, as you can see there, your VMU did light up. You had your little Sonic there in black and white. So that was neat. And, you know, your little power light was on there. I didn't think the little speaker on it really did it much justice. I thought the other one sounded better. Let me hold it closer to the microphone so you can hear it. So this is the third time here. Maybe just a little something missing there, and maybe just because, you know, it's a disc-based, maybe they should have had the Dreamcast startup, I think, beforehand. Maybe that would have maybe been a little more nostalgic. To me, it's not going to be nostalgic because I didn't have it. And maybe this sounds great to people that were little kids and maybe this was their first console, or people that were teens and they just have a real love for this. I know a lot of people have a real love for the Dreamcast and they wanted a Dreamcast too, and they wanted this thing to last forever. I jumped from PlayStation 1 to the original OG Xbox. You know, I was in the military at the time, and I got out of the military in 2000, and we had our baby, our daughter, in 2001. So I was poor. You know, I was looking for school right out of the military and a career. And then I got the Xbox, so that was my next system. So I didn't have a Dreamcast or PS2 right away. I got the Xbox. So for me, it's an afterthought afterwards. So I don't have the nostalgic feel. So let me know if you're a Dreamcast person. Does it send shivers down your spine? And I wasn't going to do this and compare it to the other ones. I did that in the previous videos. But maybe I will here, because this to me just... And maybe, like I said, it's because I don't have the feels for this. I don't care for this model as much. This season's, it doesn't sound as good to me. Maybe the speaker's a little off, or maybe, like I said, it's just because I don't have the feels for it. And even the system itself, it feels a little cheaper to me. You know, here's the Genesis one. And as long as the batteries are still working, you know, I've had this in my game room sitting there, but... But that to me has the beginning of the level, playing of the level. It also has the game effect sounds during it. This one was just like the music and then end of the level. This had the whole SEGA, you know, and then you could hear him grabbing the rings, running through, and then the end of the level. I love that. I absolutely love that. And then, of course, this one sends shivers down my spine because I got the Super Nintendo. I have the nostalgic feels for this. I mean, all the details of the system are right. It feels hefty. It feels good. It doesn't... This one just doesn't feel right. This does have a little heft to it, but it doesn't doesn't feel as good as this one. And this one just has the sounds to me. It reminds me of Christmas my senior year getting this, and this was the only game that I had that year. You hear Mario jumping and collecting the coins. And he's getting mushrooms. End of the level, peace sign, yo-yo. And then this one, of course, middle school, Christmas 1986, I got this. The attention to detail on this one was just spectacular. They have everything on this thing. And even when you open the door, there's the cartridge pushed down and ready to play. And when you hit that button, and again, it's not just the music from the level, it's all the sound effects of everything happening in the game. Even the fireworks. Absolutely love this one, and this one, of course, because I love them the most. I got them for Christmas as gifts, asked for them. I bought this one a little bit later after these ones because, you know, my brothers were both grown up, but they had Genesis. I knew people had Genesis. I was interested in some of the games, so I bought that a little bit after I got my Super Nintendo. This one I didn't have till years later, so maybe this will be one that you love. But listen to it one more time. It's just the music, a little bit of the music from the level from Sonic Adventure. And then the end of the stage, you don't even hear Sonic say anything. You don't hear any of the sound effects. They could have even put the Dreamcast startup, you know. And the VMU does light up, though. I mean, you got Sonic on there, so... So that's it. What do you think? Are you a fan of the Dreamcast? Are you a fan of this from Hallmark? Go check them out. Mine came from Amazon. So is it worth the price of admission at $22.99, $23? If you get it on Amazon and you have Prime, you won't be paying any shipping. That is up to you. Do you have the nostalgic feels? It's a little distorted sounding and you're a little thrown off because if you listen to it when you go to the Hallmark website, it doesn't sound like that speaker, obviously. When you play it, the demo, it sounds like the game, right? It's not going to sound like a distorted little speaker, but totally up to you. And if you collect these things, that's great. I'm happy to have it. I throw it in my game room. I'll hang it down from the ceiling with these other ones. And, you know, I put a little invisible fishing line with a little swivel there and have them hanging down there. And that's where I keep them. And especially the Nintendo ones, we walk through, my son and I, and just as we're walking through there, even if we're just using the bathroom down in the basement, you know, walk through and you hit the button occasionally. I absolutely love my Nintendo ones and the Genesis one. They all bring back memories. This one doesn't really bring back memories so much, like I said, because I don't have the feels for it. But maybe you do. Maybe this was your first console when you were a kid. Or maybe you just absolutely love Sonic Adventure. Or you love the Dreamcast. Should have had the Dreamcast startup sound, I think. Like if there was a PlayStation original, I would want that PlayStation startup sound on one of these. So keep that in mind, artist that they hire at Hallmark. But overall, pretty neat. Is it worth $23? Let me know in the comments down below. Did you pick one of these up? Did you pick one of the other ones up? Are you planning on picking one of these up? Nice. That's it, guys. Merry Christmas. Hallmark. 2023. Let's get back to Halloween. And thank you for joining me for another great Mr. Poestyle video. Speaking of unboxings, we got to get back to that Replicade New Wave. We got to do it. The wife cleaned up the garage. I mean, my studio. I just hope she didn't throw anything away. I had everything perfectly unorganized around here. My goodness, did she smash everything together. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Oh, Nacho. Come here, Nacho. No biting. No bite. Ooh, no biting. Oh, Nacho, stop.